difficult conversation is a conversation that people most likely avoid. A difficult conversation involves conflict, involves disagreements. Our goal with this module is not to help you avoid a difficult conversation. Our goal is to help you initiate a difficult conversation.
Jacob leaves a staff meeting completely frustrated and looking to talk to someone to vent. He entrusts Jermichael, who is also already on the team, and decides to share his frustrations. Let's see what happened in the following scenario.
How you doing, Jermichael?
I'm doing very well, my friend Jacob. What about yourself?
I'm okay. I'm just a little frustrated.
Why is that? How was your day today?
It was good, but do you remember that meeting that we had with the community director and Crystal?
Mm-hmm. That was a really good meeting, huh?
You think so? Crystal was acting ratchet and ignorant.
Oh, yeah. She did have a very negative attitude today. And she was really directing a lot of it towards you. She was coming at you.
I know. I was just giving some suggestions about the way she used money.
And I thought they were good.
Thank you. I think she didn't have to call me stupid or dumb or just crazy for some of my ideas. I think I had some great ideas like Six Flags, kayaking. But she said, no, they're stupid. I was like, ooh, she really wants me to flip this table right now. She really wants me to go in. You know, I have a short temper.
Why didn't you?
Because you remember we just had that professional workshop, and I was just like, I remember I don't want to get fired. I need this financial aid.
Her behavior was so trifling and disrespectful. You know, maybe you should have taught her a lesson in front of the community director that would have demonstrated your strength of mind, your backbone. You know?
I know. I really should show the community director how bad of an RA she is, so she can get kicked out or fired.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know, if she's a bad RA, then she's also doing our students a disservice. I mean, during the meeting, at one point, I even heard her talk negatively about your mother.
See, and she does not want the Yo Mama jokes. I got them in the bag. She does not know where I come from.
Yeah, you're from Georgia, I'm from Alabama. You know, Georgia's nice.
Yes.
Yeah. So difficult conversations in a teen setting normally involve a third party. We involve a third party to validate our feelings, to process our thoughts. As we just saw, the problem with involving a third party is that at times this third party may add fuel to the fire. There are times, however, where this third party may give us a good advice. In the following scenario, we'll be able to see what this advice may look like.
Hey, Jermichael, how are you doing?
I'm doing excellent, my friend. Thank you. What about yourself, Jacob?
I'm okay. I'm a little frustrated, but I'm fine.
Why are you frustrated? How was your day today?
It was good. It was just that. Were you at that meeting with the community director?
Yeah, I was. I remember it very vividly.
Just the way Crystal was acting, the way she was coming at me, I just didn't understand why she was acting like that.
Yes. Well, to be honest, I think she just had a bad day. Because you and I, you know, we're good friends with Crystal. We know her heart. We know her character.
Yeah.
We know that's not really in her nature to do. So I imagine she just had a tough day.
But even with having a bad day like that, I don't think you should come at and just lash out at people because they're angry. Like I almost wanted to go off on her, but I know it would have been professional to do that in front of community directors.
Yes, I think that's wise. I think that's very wise. But at the same time, you know, if you had a rough day and maybe when you have a rough day, maybe you do some things you don't mean to do, and they just come out, you know. And I think that if you were in that situation, you would want your friends to overlook it and to forgive you. And so I think that it's wise that you practice the same type of behavior in relation to Crystal. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I still want to turn up on her.
Well, I know it's hard, you know, but I feel like, you know, doing the right thing, acting and walking in wisdom is always difficult, you know, but it's the right thing to do. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Plus, you know, we're a team, we work together. And in order for a team to really work and prosper together, there must be peace, you know, between each of us, both as each of us as individuals and as a group. You see what I'm saying?
So I guess you're right. So I'll probably just catch up with her a couple of days after we both have cooled off and just talk to her, like tell her how I feel, and just come to a compromise, like how we can actually use the money that the community director is giving us.
Yes, I think that's a wise solution, and I know you'll do a wonderful job with that, okay? You're a great communicator. Knuckles home slice.
Usually, the disagreements in difficult conversations are assumptions or drawn conclusions. These assumptions are made even before the disagreement is handled between the parties involved. Has any of you ever made an assumption about something or someone? Well, if you have, don't feel bad about it. That's human nature to do so. I think the key is not to avoid an assumption. The key is to address the assumption, ask for clarity with the parties involved. So in other words, the problem is not to make the assumption. The problem is to believe that the assumption is true before talking to the parties involved. Furthermore, the problem about believing these assumptions is that we then engage in a blaming game. The questions we seek to answer are, who's right and who's wrong? Who's guilty of this issue? Instead, let's try to verbalize our emotions. Let's try to talk about our feelings with those involved. Then the questions become, what did I add to this conflict? What did the other person add to the conflict? And then can we understand each other so that we can make plans and compromise to move on and keep the relationship as a working relationship.
Thank you, Crystal, for buying me coffee.
Yeah,
I really
no
appreciate it.
problem.
I just want to talk to you and tell you how I felt about like at the team meeting that we had like a
Okay.
couple of days back. You remember the team meeting?
Yeah,
It
yeah.
was just like I kind of felt disrespected the way you just came at me with the ideas that I was just giving out, and I just really kind of felt that you were lashing out at me. Even when you made the mama jokes, I was just like, "Whoa, why are you bringing my mama into this? Like, I didn't even do anything to you." And I just wanted to see why did you say like why did you feel like you had to lash out at me?
Yeah, bruh. I'm so sorry about that. I was having a really bad day. I found out a lot of this stuff, but I didn't mean to come at you like that. It was just been a long day, and I just things that had happened was just kind of like building up, and so you were kind of like my target, you know. But like, I apologize for the yo mama jokes and for just over like ruling all of your ideas. Your ideas are really great. Don't think they weren't. I don't know. I wasn't thinking clearly, but
And
yeah.
even if you didn't like some of the ideas, we can come to a compromise to see like what would be the best way to spend the money. Because I know you have great ideas, I have great ideas, even
Right.
Chris may have great ideas, and it just be a way just we really can just come together and be formed as a team. Because I don't want to be working with people I have a problem with. I'd rather just like
For
squashing
sure.
it right now so we can just be peace, tranquility, all that harmony, and then really
Yeah.
just kind of move forward.
No, for sure. Like maybe later we can talk about some of the different days and kind of like figure out what we both want, and then we can do that together. And then also, just thank you for coming to me and actually like telling me that
Yeah.
you were upset instead of just letting it build up and then one day lashing out at me like
Yeah.
I did at you. Because I think that's what kind of like keeps us all together. If we
Yeah.
just have like open book about everything, you know.
Thanks, Jermichael. Like I really sat down and talked about it. He just said that we both knew that you had good character, and it just really showed me like maybe she was having a bad day, and it made me want to just come to you and talk to you, just especially to see if you're okay now.
Yeah, yeah. He's really good at showing the whole picture. Yeah. Well, thank you for doing that.
Thank you.
So the reality about difficult conversation is that we are all correct. We are correct because we're seeing a situation through our own lens. So whatever we think works out for us, makes sense to us. The problem with that is that goes for all the people involved. So it makes sense to us, but what the other parties involved believe that it's logical and it makes sense to them, it is also logical and it makes sense to them.
How's it going, my friend?
It's going good. I just want to say thank you for really sitting down and talking to me, letting me vent to you about like how I feel about Crystal. We just had a cup of coffee a couple of days ago, and we just talked about. She was just saying, like you said, she was just having a bad day.
Yes.
A lot of things was going on in her life, but we're just gonna come to a compromise, like how we're gonna use the money,
Okay,
and
good.
in weeks coming forward, or even months coming forward with the programming for our residents.
Mhm.
I think we got to the core of it, just like our residents are the people that matter. We're there for them. And just really to dispel any like frustrations or anger that we have for each other. But I just really want to thank you for like sitting down and talking to me.
Well, of course, I mean that's what friends and colleagues are for. You know, the
Mhm.
most important thing is the team and that we work peacefully together, cohesively together, so we can accomplish our mission with excellence. You know, and
Mhm.
I applaud you for having the humility to go to Crystal and those things. And I think you did a wonderful job. You really acted in wisdom, and I thank you for that, my friend.
Thank you. Thank
Of course.
you. I'm glad that we're on the same team.
Yes, likewise, likewise.
So once again, the key is to be able to verbalize our emotions. The key is to be able to go to the people involved and tell them how you feel. Tell them how we feel and expect that they do the same. And try to solve the problem and move on after a compromise is reached. As we saw in our scenario, whenever we include a third party, we recommend that after talking to the parties involved, we follow up with that third party to put closure to the conflict. Sometimes we tend to leave this third party out of the loop, which can create then gossip or more conflict within a team. In a team dynamic, open communication and trust are going to be key. So we hope that you're able to initiate a difficult conversation with this video.